it, Sports Nation. Mauricio Pedrosa with your Tomala of the Week. We go to rugby in Australia. Jason Tuamalolo runs with the ball. Trucks Isaiah Yeo. That's a Tomala. Until next time, amigos.
Upright, too.
And here's what you need to know. According to league sources, Ty Lue will rejoin the Cavs game against the Pelicans tonight, but will not coach. Lue has been out since March 19th due to medical and rest reasons. LeBron said Lue's return is absolutely encouraging.
You got that pneumonia.
Jason Kidd, Steve Nash, and Grant Hill will be inducted into the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame as a part of the class of 2018. A formal announcement of the entire class will be made at the final hour or final four. How about that?
And congrats to my cousin Grant.
Shout out.
Why you working there?
Darius Bazley, the ninth-rated recruit in the class of 2018, according to ESPN.com, has decommitted from Syracuse to play in the G League. Interesting there.
There we go. That's how it started.
This will get him one step closer to his professional
Big baller brand.
basketball dream. You know the most he can make is $26,000.
Yeah. Wow. That's why they needed JBL. Big baller brand.
$26,000. Meanwhile, let's talk about it. Welcome back to Sports Nation, folks. Lots to get to with our topics. Hit to the process. We are talking about Joel Embiid. He has a face fracture and concussion after running into his teammate. Wow, that's tough, Markelle Fultz. Embiid's injury requires surgery, and he'll miss at least 2 to 4 weeks. He went to Twitter to say this: I guess I got to trust the process that I've been preaching. Unfortunate freak accident, but I'll be more than fine. Injury jokes coming in 3, 2, 1. How big of a deal is this for the Sixers and Embiid, LC?
I think first you got to feel bad for Markelle Fultz. You just got back.
Right.
Yeah.
And what do? You go and take your man's face off. Like so, you got to feel bad for him. But in terms of the league and fans, this is very disappointing. That is one talent you wanted to see in the playoffs. You wanted to see him show out, maybe even in an upset. Now the championship is happening.
Yeah, that's the disappointing part, is not being able to see him in the playoffs immediately, and just for his own arc of his career. Yeah. Is he going to be one of those star-crossed guys that, even though this was a complete freak accident, it could have happened to a bunch of players, but somebody whose full potential is never reached because he's always been hurt. So I feel sorry for him personally.
Stop him?
No, I don't think mentally it will stop him, but I think if you're him, you got to be frustrated. I mean, Marcellus, you know, as a former pro athlete, this has got to be frustrating for you to always be, for whatever reason, whether it's your fault or not, to always be injured.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, as a former injury-prone athlete, and that's why I'm here at ESPN kind of early. You know what I'm saying? I got here early. They're like, damn, I thought you was better than that. I played 10, and I could have played longer, but because of the injuries, it does erode your confidence, even though you will go back out there.
Sure.
You don't trust sixth gear the same because you're like, why is the universe damning me every single time I get up to the top of that mountain? That's the most defeating part about this. Yes, he will return. Yes, this is a freak accident.
Yeah.
But then you start adding it up. Blake Griffin comes to mind, a guy like that just can't get right in terms of the injuries, and it starts to take a hit to your confidence.
And don't forget about the fact that LeBron James' name has been attached to a possible destination in Philadelphia. If you're Bron, you're looking at an injury-prone guy
LeBron
again.
ain't going to Philadelphia.
He
called me last night.
Did he?
Uber.
Breaking news.
How long was that Uber
It
ride?
was about 2 hours. He told me he ain't going to
We didn't see that video.
Next
your job in Cleveland for 2 hours.
Black eye for boxing. The Canelo-Alvarez Triple G rematch is very unlikely as the Nevada State Athletic Commission filed a formal complaint against Alvarez. It's rare for the commission to even do this. So this is interesting. Jamel, how bad is this for boxing?
Well, remember all the boxing purists who were just losing their minds when it was the Mayweather-McGregor stuff, saying this ain't real boxing. So then after that, we finally get Canelo and Triple G, and it's an amazing fight. And now to know that this won't happen, more than likely, to me, it just is kind of a setback. It was just kind of funny that boxing is actually trying to check somebody about bad behavior. That's not one of their strong suits. You know what I'm saying?
Why this rematch? Why this fight?
Exactly.
Why are they after this fight?
Especially when this is the fight you should be trying to uplift and trying to make happen no matter what, because it is for both the casual fan and the boxing purist.
Yes, it's been a good 10 years since I was excited to see a fight. I was excited to see the first one. The second one, the rematch, already started off tainted. Why? Because there was controversy about the way the judging score started to happen. So you already start to feel duped, right? Because you're like going, okay, old girl, how did you give him all those rounds? Like, I didn't see that fight. So now you're duped stage 1. Not duped stage 2, you might be all drugged up on what, Mexican meat? Come on, man.
Look. As a fan, I am disappointed. But you know what? As a participant or anybody who's ever been in a physical combat sport, postpone this sucker. Ain't nobody going in the ring when we are. This this is our job to knock your head off and knock you out. And then you are doped up on that I can't go against you.
Sorry, what is that?
That next level, and then you blame it Mexican meat when y'all just were in Cabo. Y'all tainted.
Yeah, you tainted.
Mexican meat problem down there.
Look, Jamel, look,
y'all do got your arms out. It's the Mexican meat down there, huh?
We were in Playa del Carmen. I don't know if it's
all our business.
I don't even know.
Instagram.
You know what? You gotta protect your sport and protect your participants from somebody who is doped up. I don't care if it's accidental, on purpose. If you doped up, can't be in a physical sport.
Okay, here's my question to you before we go to break. You take your wife to work?
Nah, she ain't gonna make that impact.
No! Hey, wow. A little bit
Look at me.
Broadcast today. You in trouble.
That's impact right there. That's rating boost right there.
J-Rod in just a few moments.
This Sports Nation. We ain't even got a nickname.
Sports Nation.